After a couple epic days of riding in Utah, we drove across the Salt Flats, through Nevada, and got to South Lake Tahoe. It's always been a place I've dreamed of snowboarding at, and in researching destinations for this trip, is also well known for its single track. This was another IMBA epic, so that meant a 7-hour ride covering 30 miles and almost 4,000 feet of vertical gain. We took a shuttle from Over the Edge bike shop in town to a base area in Heavenly. Immediately, we were greeted with a steep technical climb, and we're on our way up the mountain. Quite a view. The bench cut was mostly loose sand and rock. Not the most confidence-inspiring surface when riding on the edge of a cliff. This is pretty dangerous.
A little bit.
Just sand and cliffs.
Yeah, let me check this out.
If you fall, you want to fall to the right. Our first real descent came 10 miles into the ride at 9,500 feet, just below Friel Peak. This mountain stands as the highest peak in the Tahoe Basin at 10,886 feet, and the surrounding views of the Sierra Nevadas and Lake Tahoe were astounding. I try to use different adjectives to describe the views on this trip, but I'm starting to run out. They're all worth a trip to see for yourself. We had a lot more high alpine single track in the next stretch, along with fixing Brian's saddle. It somehow came partially off the rails on a crash, so we cut the plastic with the Leatherman and stuck the rails back onto the front of the seat. The view to the right is incredible. Can't look. Woo! Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Of all the ways to descend back to town, by far the most famous and most rowdy is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I had ridden the Disneyland ride of the same name, and I can confidently say that this trail was way more fun. In fact, it was my favorite single trail on any of the IMBA epics we rode. The top half was full of steep waterfall sections comprised of boulders and no obvious lines. Not wanting to fly over the bars 12 miles from town, we walked some sections and wish we had the time to session different lines. Everything's blind. Oh man. Yeah. Oh. That's for another time.
Incredible.
It's impossible to know like what the line is right away.
What's that?
To know what the line is right away is tough. Well, look at this moss.
This is
Well, that works hard.
scary. Ooh. Wild for sure. Whew.
There was one set of steep rock rolls I looked at and decided was worth a try. I was basically sitting on the back wheel, and you could see my seat constantly going into the GoPro on my chest.
That was so steep. Oh my
know.
gosh. I can't believe I didn't go over the bars
I can't either. I was so scared.
on 27.5 tires.
After some more technical downs, the grade mellowed out a bit and we got some flow. Sprinkled in were berms, drops, jumps, and flat out fun. Thank you, Mr. Toad, for a truly challenging, rewarding, and wild ride. Join us next time as we finally make it to the Pacific Ocean and ride one of the longest flow trails in the country in Santa Cruz. If you want to see an extended raw cut of this ride, click on the video in the top left. Thanks for following the ultimate United States mountain bike road trip, and I'll see you on the next adventure.